Good morning everyone. I'm Harpreet and this video session we are going to discuss some important long questions of our chapter Deep Water that is there in class 12th. So here the first question is I crossed to oblivion. This is a statement that was there that the curtain of life fell down. So we have to tell here what was that incident which nearly killed Douglas. So the incident that nearly killed Douglas occurred when he was 10 or 11 years old and decided to learn swimming at YMC pool. He wanted to get rid of his fear, but one morning an incident happened to him. He was sitting alone at the pool and waiting for the other to come, but there a big bully of a boy tossed him into the water, deep water, and he tried to come out and he tried 3 times, but everything was fruitless. He lost his consciousness and felt that he would die. Though he was ultimately saved, his misadventure developed in him a stronger version of water and he started fearing from the water once again. Next question is Dockers fully realized the truth of Roosevelt's statement. Again, there is a statement all we have to fear is fear itself. How did this realization help him brush aside his fear and become an expert swimmer? Dockers has experienced both the sensation of dying and terror when he was going deep into the water and the fear of death can cause. Strong will, hard determination, courage, and hard work, as well as honest labor, won over all his terrors and fears. The will to live brushed aside all his fears. In reality, all our fears are only psychological and can be easily won over if we can control our mind. This realization makes Douglas resolve to learn swimming by engaging an instructor, and this instructor, piece by piece, step by step, built Douglas into a swimmer. However, his first step was to drive away. But he did not lose his hope and he was trying and trying again. Next is desire, determination, and diligence lead to success. Explain the value of these qualities in the light of Douglas' experience in deep water. The terror of water followed Douglas everywhere he went. He wanted to get rid of it and made a strong determination. He decided to overcome his fear to his will. He engaged an instructor and who was teaching him how to swim. An instructor first helped him drive away his fear and then gave him many exercises besides teaching him to exhale and inhale in the water. This practice went on for the months together and during his fear came back to haunt him. But his desire and firm will made him persist in his effort and it was only the sheer determination and intelligence that Douglas could not only counter his terror but also become an expert swimmer and swim across and back lakes to ensure that his fear of water will not return. Next is how did Douglas develop an aversion of water? Douglas developed an aversion of water during his childhood when he was 3 or 4 years old and went with his father in the beach of California. The waves knocked him down and swept him over. And he was buried in water, and he was frightened. But his father was laughing. Perhaps this was a moment of his fear. Water took root inside his mind. So again, then he started swimming at YMCA pool, and again an incident happened there, and 18 years old boy threw him into the water. What followed the nightmare experience for him. Douglas tried very hard and applied to all his knowledge to come to the surface water, but no avail, and somehow he was saved. Thus, after this fearful incident, his fear of water got implanted in his heart and mind permanently and he could not forget that incident. Next is how did instructor make Douglas a good swimmer? To overcome his fear of water, Douglas finally decided to get an instructor to learn swimming. The instructor started working with him 5 days a week, an hour each day, and the instructor put a belt around Douglas. A rope was attached to the belt that went through a pulley that ran on the overhead cable. Instructor held on the end of the rope along with Douglas went back and forth across the pool. Hour after hour and day after day, he started learning the swimming. And each trip across a pool, a bit panic seized Douglas. It took almost 3 months before the tension reduced. Then the instructor taught him to put his face under the water and start exercising inhaling or exhaling. In this way, piece by piece, an instructor made Doggles a swimmer, and when Doggles perfect each piece, his instructor put them together into the integrated one. This is the video of questions. Thank you. Have a nice